Hello and welcome back to the Ultra Films channel. My name is Evan, I'm the producer here, and today we're talking about Young Justice Phantoms, episode 22, Rescue and Search. Now, this is the last little arc from the end of this season, and it pits Dick Grayson at the center of this all as the detective, but obviously we're trying to discover what really happened to Connor, what's going on with the L family versus the Zods, and the Legion of Superheroes is all intertwined into it, and they're currently using magic to try and get to him. So we saw at the end of last episode Zatanna talking with Zatara, her father, about, using Dr. Fate to maybe try and find Connor. They ultimately used a spell, ringing the Bell of Fate, to try and summon him or find out where he is. It was unsuccessful because he's not dead. He's alive. But anyways, we start this episode off right where we ended last episode with Lord Zod and Ma'alefa'ak abducting everybody in the bioship. Saturn Girl and whoever this guy is and Bart are all on that ship, and Lord Zod orders them to follow orders, including Bioship, to get them to Oa, because they're going after the remains of the Phantom Zone projector. And I think that's actually all we see of them. And then it cuts to Haley's Circus, where Dick Grayson is daring Dan Danger, doing performance acts on the trapeze, and then Zatanna shows up to ask him for help and give up the act for a little bit to come help out and be a detective for 24 hours is what they say. Meanwhile, in the Phantom Zone, Superboy and General Zod are discovering a little bit about themselves and each other as they are discussing what went down with the escape from the Phantom Zone projector. General Zod says, "Hey, you weren't in the database, it didn't recognize you, so you aren't a prisoner here." And he's like, "What do you mean? I don't even know how I'm here." And he describes the situation of how he died and how he ended up there with Phantom Girl. And General Zod finds out he's from the House of L. Connor thinks he murdered Superman because of his phantom sickness and what's going on there. Obviously, Jor-El's wife, I think her name is Ursa Zod. She's not very happy that he's from the House of L because they're the ones who banished them here in the first place. So it's just not, things ain't going well. However, here's what goes down. Dick, Zatanna, and a team get together to start putting the pieces together of what really could have happened to Connor. And they trace where Bart was going because they know Bart is missing. They find that out. And they track where he had been. They see the two disguises from the Legion of Superheroes. They're, alternate disguises. And they see them with Bart, and then they track them back to the diner scene from earlier in the season where they were sitting down with Superman, asking him to go fill in for Connor in the future. And Superman trusted them, but Superman wasn't gonna try and mess with the time stream any more than it already has been affected, because this could have massive complications going forward if things go wrong or too many things get altered. I don't even want to know what could happen, but not good things. It's also teeing up in the Phantom Zone Connor to be a bigger threat than being Connor when he comes out of the Phantom Zone, because he's not being, a lot of people thought he was going to be manipulated by Zod. However, the zone sickness just has him woozy, thinking that he murdered Superman, that he broke Batman's back. So he's going to get out of the Phantom Zone and see them as enemies, I think. And that's not going to be good. Unless McGann can, brain blast him a bit to, bring him back to reality. Hopefully that's what happens, but it might not go super hot out the gate. um, but anyways, the team comes together, puts all these pieces together. Bart missing, the Legion of Superheroes, and Dick just like in his brain analyzes it really fast and goes, "Yes, these guys are from the future. They're working with Bart, who's a time traveler. They're time travelers, and they don't want to. Clark won't tell us anything, even though he trusts them, because he doesn't want to mess with the time stream. He already thinks he knows too much." And then what they're trying to do is probably something along the lines of Connor, because then they like trace back other sightings of these people and see them at the convention where Superboy released his identity and all the other stuff where Connor was involved and they were here. So they also, Zatanna shared memories with Dick and Rocket's memories from seeing the Phantom Zone on New Genesis. So like everything kind of made sense for Dick in his head, whereas everybody else was looking at it like, okay, yeah, maybe, but that's kind of a stretch. So it's pretty interesting to watch how his brain just got it like that. And it's just from the training that Batman's given him, I'm sure. But yeah, the Phantom Zone stuff's going down where actually Phantom Girl, after Connor describes how he thinks he killed Superman and what's going on, Phantom Girl tries to warn him, hey, no, we're in danger here, we need to leave, because she finally wakes up. I don't know what summons that. I think maybe it's because they said her name indirectly. I don't know exactly. I have to rewatch it maybe to see, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about how he ended up there, and he goes, yes, and then I came here, I don't know, with this Phantom Girl. And I think that's what like woke her up from somehow. I don't know, but it's very strange. I'm gonna rewatch it to see if I got that right, or let me know in the comments too if I'm wrong, if something else like woke her up in that situation that you guys noticed. But then it cuts back to, they've realized he's in the Phantom Zone. Zatanna knows that Klarion has the ability to go to the Phantom Zone because he's been there before when they were doing the bus scene, tracing him down earlier. And so Z, Dick, Calder, Artemis, and Rocket all go to the Tower of Fate to summon Klarion. And they're doing it while Fate isn't there, which is such a bad idea. I don't even know what Fate's doing here that's more important. I mean, he's a Lord of Order. I guess he's got stuff to attend to. But, like, bro, this is big stuff. Like, you don't just do this. You don't invite a Lord of Chaos into the Temple of Fate and just for fun, you know? You gotta have Fate there. Klarion is afraid of Fate, so you just gotta have him there. And for whatever reason, that's their whole thing is like, he won't come in here. He's too scared. And they were wrong. They try to be like, hey, can you go get Connor for us? You owe us a favor because we helped you defeat the other Lord of Chaos when she came down. And he goes, yeah, no, I don't actually care. I don't want to go there. Just a bunch of whiny Kryptonians. And I was like, oh, geez. So he says no, he's not going to help. And then he just steps out of the portal. And everyone's like, oh, shit, did he just do that? He goes, yeah, just so you know, I know Fate's not here, so I'm not even worried about it. And I'm like, oh, you guys, why did you do this? Why would you make this mistake? He wouldn't wipe the floor with him. But luckily, Zatanna uses a spell that, like, makes him, like, keep his promise, but he chooses to be like, look, I won't kill you. That's how I owe you this time. And then leaves. So he doesn't even want to help him. However, what they're doing, and why they need a detective even more, is they're going to try and track down the bus that Klarion was teleporting through and see if they can use the same... I don't know, this is just a hunch. I don't know for sure, but I would assume Zatanna's going to try and use the residual energy left in that bus from Klarion or memories from, like, where the bus was to teleport them into the Phantom Zone and then possibly out. I don't know if that's even possible, but I think that's their plan. I'm not sure, but they're gonna track down the magic school bus. She literally wrote that on there. That's a good little Easter egg there. But that's the gist of this episode. The last little piece, that's the little post-credit sort of scene, is the Kaiser Thrall gets taken to Oa with the Phantom Zone projector, and the Kaiser Thrall is actually an 11-year-old human child. I don't remember if they said it's a boy or a girl, but it's an 11-year-old human that got metagened or got infused with New God technology and has become the Kaiser Thrall and is being used as a weapon by Darkseid. So maybe even apocalyptic tech. And so it's trapped inside this box. I would assume it's always going to be that way, but it's like the same thing as like Sphere or the Bioship, as in like it's a, or even like a mother box. It's a sentient being that's just mostly technology. Cyborg would count, Halo, all of those individuals and or things. But anyways, it's like trying to communicate with the Guardians over on Oa, or I guess not the Guardians, but the other Lanterns, Forager, and then whoever else was in that room. And so I think we'll see more of the Kaiser Thrall. Obviously, they're going, Lor-Zod and Ma'alfa are going to Oa to try and get the Kaiser Thrall and the Phantom Zone projector pieces back. So that'll be, who knows what's going to go down there. It's going to be like a big old fight to see who can pull who from the Phantom Zone. And I am guessing from this poster, General Zod, Ursa Zod are out. They get out. It only makes sense. But it's gonna be, there are lots of consequences potentially, lots of time stream mess up stuff. I don't even know. I don't even want to know. I do, but I'm scared to see what goes down. This could be bad. So General Zod is not like General Zod's a real big threat, like Darkseid level threat. So anyways, we'll leave it at that. That's my breakdown review sort of for episode 22. I wore this hoodie because I just got it today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is actually a really cool piece I got, and ironically, in part towards the human trafficking that's going on, that they're trying to stop in the show Young Justice. The proceeds of this actually went to go towards a human trafficking effort, or an effort to stop human trafficking, is what I should say. So that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you when we get episode 23. Until then, peace.